Sustainability is a word that you've probably heard before. Let's talk about it and how it relates to engineering. When we look at the challenges that lie ahead of us as engineers and what the future holds, there's a lot of issues that we're going to have to still deal with, from healthcare and medical needs of an aging population, to environmental issues as we use up resources and pollute our environment. We have to deal with population growth, all the way to transportation and communication issues, and there's lots of issues we can deal with. One of them that some of these actually tie into is sustainability, and you've probably heard that buzzword before. So when we look at how does sustainability relate to engineering, is that we're going to be looking at how to address environmental issues, societal issues, economic issues on a local level and on a global level as we engineer and as we design new products. So we're looking at how do we engineer or design things to be more efficient so they don't use as much energy and the resources that we are using up so quickly. We want them to be environmentally friendly so that we're not polluting the environment around us. And we want to be able to keep the costs reasonable because as more people use them, the limits to our resources, and we want to be able to market them to a larger audience also. So, and then once we start looking at a larger audience and trying to market our products to more of the world and make them more accessible, how is that going to impact the society of the people that we are trying to market them to? And then there could be ethical and moral issues with changing their society and the things that come about from that. And then we want also to have better quality products too, so we don't use them up as quickly, they don't break as easily, and we want them to be more reliable. So, and we want them to be safe to use also. So these are all issues that deal with making something sustainable, and we're making a sustainable product. We like to use renewable resources if possible. That's kind of a push, is to use a lot more renewable resources so that we're not using up all the resources that we have available. Fossil fuels will run out eventually, so we need to look at other alternatives. So we're looking for resources that can be replenished easily. There's some common ones which we're aware of, like solar energy, wind energy are a couple. In some places they use a lot of geothermal energy where you try to capture the heat that's available in the underground. You can also use water in different ways, from rivers to building dams to water wheels to other uses of water also. And also biomass, where you can grow products and then use them to generate fuel. So when we're looking at the advantages we get from using renewable resources is that most of them don't produce pollution, so they're healthier for the people that are around them. They don't produce greenhouse gases, which will affect our environment. We have a renewable supply, so it's always available. Sunlight and wind and things like that are sustainable, they're always available. And those are free. The biomass will probably have to cost them to generate that, but most of those supplies are free to use also. Some disadvantages are that there's a lot more investment, and the cost of developing those technologies and setting them up takes a lot of investment, a lot of money to build those resources up. And sometimes with like solar and wind energy, there's an intermittent supply. At night you can't use solar. If it's not windy, you can't use wind power. So you're kind of limited in some cases. And also the locations to where you're going to implement them. Building a solar array in Erie, Pennsylvania may not be the best idea in the winter time when it's kind of overcast. But putting wind turbines off the lake, where the winds come off the lake frequently, is maybe a better choice. Some places there is little wind and it wouldn't be a very good choice at all. So that's a little bit about sustainability, and we'll talk some more about that too.